Hi, I'm April McLamb with Under the Broom Tree. I am the founder and therapist, and I want to thank you for watching me today. It's Moving Forward Friday, moving forward. So I wanted to get into something that I've been pondering and I've been thinking about, but um, as you guys probably already know, or you don't, I'm a Christian, and that means that I read the Bible quite often. And there are a couple of verses that I have grown to love and grown to my own walk with Christ. And it all aligns with, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So I'm just going to start there and then we'll see where this takes us. All right, so first I'm reading from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. It reads, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Then the second verse I wanted to read to you comes from 1 Peter 5, verse 6 through 7. "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that he may exalt you at the proper time, casting all your cares on him because he cares about you." So I pray that you guys go back in your own private time and read that. It's 1 Peter 5, verse 6 through 7, and Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. So I was thinking about fatigue, getting tired. You know, sometimes you feel like it's hard to move forward when you're tired. My message today is pretty simple. It's okay. It's okay to be tired and weary. You know, a lot of times people think that if you decide to take a rest when you have a goal or a big project or a mission to achieve, that you'll just let yourself go all the way to the point where you're exhausted. How do you think that'll work for you? Has it worked for you? It hasn't worked for me. There are moments that I believe that God put me in a place of sitting still and just saying, you need to take a break because you are weary. But here are these two verses letting you know that when you're trying to do something well, especially when you're living in God's purpose, that anything that you care about, you'll be rest assured he'll take care of you and ignite you. So, I don't know if I've shared this with you guys yet, but, nothing wrong with going back and saying some stuff. So, I went to school, New Orleans, Louisiana. I went to Tulane University, and I got my master's degree there in social work. And, of course, as you go through your program, you get to know different professors. And when I was coming out of the program, they had just hired an expert who coined the term compassion fatigue. His name's Dr. Charles Figley, I believe. And, he's just well known in our fields. And basically, the term simply says people that are in helping professions or anything of the like, not just social work, but they grow to a point where they have apathy for the person that they're helping because they're so exhausted from helping. So let me break this down a little further. Let's say you're a doctor and you work in the ER And you're constantly seeing patients come in and out, come in and out, and come in and out. Maybe months. No relief. It's been hard, especially for people who've been working now due to the coronavirus. You may be experiencing this. You get to a point at your job one night or one day, and you're working, you're going through the motions, but a part of you is thinking, man, I really don't care. You know, I hope he lives, but the passion is lost. Or like you're a therapist and you're sitting in front of a client and, you're working with a client with issues that you specialize in. And you get in front of the client and you're just like, I'm going to do this session, but it's whatever. People grow within that fashion when they have compassion fatigue. So I want to compare it and juxtapose it to when you're saying to yourself, I'm tired, I'm weary, I'm done. And quite frankly, everything that we have seen from January up until now, it's crossed my mind a few times that I'm done. And it's like, okay, Lord, that's enough. But let's get real honest and clear. Have any of you ever told God, I'm done? I will be the first to say that I've told God, I'm done. It's one of my testimonies. There was a moment in my life I turned back and said, I love you, Lord. I'm trying to do your will, but this ain't really working out for me, not this life. And I walked away from my faith. It took a lot of experiences and a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that happened that led me to it. And maybe one day I'll share with you about what that looks like and what happened. But I want to focus on what I read in those scriptures too that got me back. Specifically in the 1 Peter 5:1, he said, cast all your anxieties and all your cares on him. And what did it say? Because he cares about you. Right? When you're tired, sometimes you may feel like nobody don't care. Not even the people that you think that should care, but there's like this loneliness that is so hard to describe. And I want to impart upon you some of the things that I took for me to be able to know that God will strengthen me. The first thing that I did was I admitted that I was tired. I admitted to him. I said, Lord, I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this. This is a lot. Honestly, I'm a little angry with you because you have the power to stop this, but you're not stopping it. Why not? When I mulled over that, I got to the second stage of I'm grateful for having the access to you. There's something about having access to God that will redeem you and make you feel safe. Which let me segue into when we're tired, we don't feel safe. But let me tell you how you get there. How do you feel safe? I feel safe by admitting that I'm tired. Then I tell God that I'm tired. And then I seek his presence. And he pours into me when I read the word, when I sing to him, when I go outside and the skies are blue, when I go outside and I see the rain, when I put my hand on my chest and feel my heart beating, knowing that it didn't have to beat today, I feel safe. So there's an access to God that sometimes it's hard to tap into. And you may also say to me, you may be in the position, April, I'm doing that. I'm doing that all the time already. What else is there I could do? Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. So what does that mean? That means you do nothing. And you think and use your knowledge of who he is, that he's going to do something about it. He tells us too many times in his word. Have you ever looked back and noticed that when God was getting ready to do something, that he had the person rest, that he had the person to just sit back and wait for the answer? Take your time to rest. There's nothing wrong in being tired and admitting that. I mean, we do it any other time. We get breaks at work. That's meant for rest. We take breaks from football games. That's meant for the players to rest and resolve and go to the next quarter. Take your rest and listen to what your body is saying, what your spirit is saying, and your emotions are saying. Don't eat them. Don't smush them down. Let it present itself and be honest with the fact that this is what you're dealing with right now. God loves for us to come and talk to him. That's all that prayer is. So I hope that in this Moving Forward Friday, it is talking about moving forward in a way. But even if you can't move forward today, don't feel obligated or think that resting is not a way for you to move forward. Because when you're not, he is. Peace.